Y'all, this story is a woman that started having an affair on her job, okay, with her manager or boss, okay. It was her birthday, and before leaving work, she ended up going into the boss office or whatever the case may be, and they spent a little time in there, and he gave her flowers and presents, and they left in two separate cars. Well, she went home, and her husband had planned something for her, like, a birthday dinner, whatever the case may be. But she told him that she was finna go do something with her friends. And whatever they had planned for her, it was already paid for. So she ended up leaving the house or whatever the case may be or whatever. And when she left the house, he was calling her phone all night and she was not answering the phone. Okay. And when she got home, he ended up the next morning, he ended up, they got into a tussle and he took her phone and read the text messages and, blah, blah, blah. It is bad because he was calling the phone all night. So it was making him more mad and angry that he knew that she was with somebody else. Also, to put the icing on the cake, he also took her phone. And when he took her phone, it confirmed that she was having an affair. It's like putting gas on a fire. Okay. We have to be careful. Now, I don't know what their past is and what has happened, but leave. If I have to be in a relationship and you stepping out the relationship, I'm stepping out the relationship, at this point, we don't need to be together. And they have couples that will be together for many years. You stepping out, I'm stepping out. I can't do that. That's not my thing. And I don't know if that's their case, but I'm just saying. But leave, y'all, because some people are not to be played with. You know what I'm saying? So now he went turned himself in too. But now he's in jail and her family have to bury her. How unfair. Nobody wins in this situation.
This right here is sad, man, but it's also reality. This is a case of hypergamy is real. Fellas, understand something. Your girl or your wife gotta be extremely disciplined to go to work for her boss or to go to work and stay faithful. Because once a woman feels like another man is in a higher or better position than you, she's gonna now catch feelings for that man. Because from the time a woman is presented with a better option, if she's a weak woman, she's gonna fold. If she's a bird, she is gonna fold. And that's why, as a man, it's your job to observe your woman. You got to understand the type of woman that you got because it's real, bro. If a man is putting money in your woman's pockets, and let's say for some reason you're struggling or you're not in a better position than that man, if your girl is weak, she will catch feelings. And as a man, you got to be aware of this. You got to be aware of this, man. And you got to take heed. Now, I wouldn't advise any man out there to crash out like this. But the problem is when you are in a relationship with a person and they play with your emotions, sometimes you don't even know what your emotions will cause you to do. And that's why emotional intelligence is very important, man. Because I can't tell a man how to navigate in a situation like this. The most I could do is tell a man, hey, understand that you're going through a lot right now, but do not throw away your life over this. It's not worth it. This right here, some of y'all wouldn't want to believe it, but it's a part of life. Temptation. When a person is weak, they will give in to temptation. Some of y'all are with women, right? And y'all be thinking that your girl is loyal and things like that. But what you'll fail to understand, a woman is only loyal until she finds a better option. If your girl just happened to be around men that she thinks are more attractive than you or got more money than you, that's when you will find out the type of woman that you got. Until then, you really don't know the type of woman that you got. And that's just real. The situation is just overall sad, man. Because nobody won in this situation. But again, hypergamy is real, and as men, y'all gotta be self-aware. whoever is paying your woman, whoever is cutting her check, she might do whatever he says. So if he makes a move on your woman, she got to be very strong in order to say no. Because by her saying no, it's going to change her life. Now she got to find a new job. And when it comes to most women, they love security. They love to be comfortable. So if a man is paying her before she says no, she will think about giving up security, and my husband is not making as much money as this guy. I don't want to give that up. Stability. That's why when you hear a woman say, I'm looking for a provider, what you think is going to happen if you can't provide? But that's your wife. All I'm trying to say is it's real out here, fellas, and be careful. Let this be a lesson to you guys, man. And in a situation like this, the best move will be to walk away. And if you need therapy, go get some therapy and things like that. But don't crash out over a woman's actions, because you got to stay strong. Let her be weak, okay? Let her show her weakness. But as she show her weakness, you got to stay strong. Don't get weak with her, because you're both going to lose. Because in this situation, she lost her life and he gave away his freedom, while the boss is probably somewhere with his wife and his family chilling. Fellas, be wise out here, man, for real.
You hear about the sugar daddy in Pennsylvania who murdered his girlfriend, her husband, and their baby, all because she refused to leave her man to be with him. Geraldina met 61-year-old Jose at a warehouse where they worked together. They began flirting a little bit and he quickly fell in love. He began to do all the things a man in love would do. He would buy her flowers, nice gifts, and when she needed it, he even rented an apartment for her and her son. But while Geraldina appreciated Jose being her sugar daddy, her heart still belonged to her husband, Jaden. When Jose asked her to leave Jaden and be with him, she told him that she could not. Jose was furious, thinking, I know she didn't just take my money and my heart and then just tell me no. Bet. Jose called Geraldina up and said, hey, let's go for a ride. And she agreed, not knowing that this would be her last ride. He picked her and her 1-year-old son up and drove them to an empty street. He turned to her as though he was going to have a conversation with her, and instead of speaking, he took out his weapon and shot her in the head. Then he took her son, found a nearby pond, and threw him in while he was still alive. Then he drove home like nothing ever happened. After he got home, he called Geraldina's husband, Jaden, and told him he wanted to talk. Jaden had no idea that his wife and child were already dead, so he agreed to meet Jose. And when they met up, the two began to argue, which turned into a physical fight. Jaden put out a gun, and Jose managed to wrestle it away from him. Then he shot Jaden in the back of the head, took his body, placed it in Jaden's car, and drove Jaden to a park where he dumped his body and left the car there too. When Jaden's family realized he was missing, they contacted the police, and the first suspect was Jose. When they finally found Jose, he admitted to killing Jaden and even told them where the body was. Geraldina and her baby had already been reported missing by her family, and the following day, they found her body in a grassy field. The very next day, they found her son's body in the pond. He had died from drowning. Jose has been arrested, confessed to all 3 murders, and now faces first-degree murder charges. An entire family gone, and a man who will sit in jail for the rest of his life because he feel his heart was played with.
Now, this is why I always tell you guys, simps are the most dangerous dudes on this planet. And for some reason, some women think they could play with men emotions. This right here is sad, man. This woman caused the death of her poor child and also her husband who wasn't aware, all because of money, all because she felt like she could use a man that she met at her job and finesse him because he's an older guy. She probably felt like, man, I could just act like I like this guy. and use him and get his money, and everything is going to be okay. But this situation should teach women a lesson. Stop trying to use men for money. That's all it really is. Things like this could happen. This right here is just sad, man. But it's also reality. Please leave your thoughts in the comments. It's your boy AyeQ. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'm out.
If you haven't yet, go get you some of that merch. Y'all already know. Don't feed the birds. That's what it is. We don't feed the birds over here. So if you rock with your boy, go get you some of that good merch.